Welcome to Anime Out of Context, a comedy review show where a man completely immersed in anime culture torments his co-host, who is only allowed to watch the shows featured here. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/animeoutofcontext. Alongside over 100 hours of exclusive bonus material, all episodes uploaded to Patreon are completely ad-free, even to non-patrons. Thank you for listening, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Anime Out of Context, the show where I attempt to explain the sometimes weird, sometimes wonderful, but always hilarious world of anime.
And I'll always be the rainmaker to your Hornfeld, so let's make some wet, explosive love.
I'm Shaun Rollins.
I'm Remington Chase.
Feeling the allegations all the further, are we today, Rem?
Yeah, you know, tis the month to queerbait a little.
Just a little, as a treat.
Just a little. That's a little treat. It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun.
It is.
So Shaun, look, we've started out first half of Pride Month. It's been a lot.
Yeah. Rem, great news. This week, super simplified.
All right. We're slowing things down.
Yeah, look, I gave you over the top, like, Eldritch Horror nonsense. Then I followed it up with Metaphor Soup, the anime. And that's a lot. So instead...
The horniest Metaphor Soup I've ever swallowed.
Mm-hmm. So instead, this week, Rem, we are going to be talking about a currently airing show that has queer representation.
Ooh. Okay, all right.
Okay. Rem, I think I might have also briefly mentioned it on the podcast previously.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like...
It's foreshadowing, folks. Deliberate and intentional.
Look, man, let's just say that this Pride Month, I was way more prepared than last year, but also, it's hard to actually curate 4 specific shows that are different enough and varying in quality that can...
Wait, by which you mean the preparation you did for this month was like more or less getting a broad list, and then after that you're flying by the seat of your pants.
Basically what feels right after we record the episode, essentially.
Cool.
Because
right.
like I've got a big list now. Like I've got, like, people came out in droves, and if you want to, and if you still want to submit suggestions, please do. They are very helpful. But it's like, okay, I knew how I was going to start things. Pretty easy. Give you a choice of something. Then pivot into something that was heavily requested last year that's also super weird and will give us plenty of things to talk about. This week, we needed something easier, something lighter. And thankfully, this season, we got...
Easier and contemporary. It's happening in the now, baby.
Exactly. Yeah, it's currently airing. It's going to have a 13-episode season. I think only like 9 or 10 episodes of it are out currently.
And then you tell me that the title is some insane shit like, "Can you be gay if you love your sister?" or something, and I'll be like, "Oh no, oh fuck."
That was called Citrus, Rem, and we did that year one of the podcast.
Oh god.
Do you remember Citrus, Rem?
I
think that might have been the first, like, queer-coded show we ever
I have
watched.
an emotional response to it. I don't remember any of the details, but when you said it, I was like, "Oh fuck." So,
yeah, because we recorded that episode in Dylan's closet, which, I mean, there's more metaphor to be said there.
Oh fuck! All right. So what are we covering this week?
So currently, Rem, there is a show currently airing that is simply titled Marriagetoxin.
Okay. Doesn't sound very healthy.
Oh man. Based on that title, what do you think we're going to be talking about today?
Either a toxic marriage or arranged marriage through chemical bioweapons, where it's like we inject them with the marriage toxin and...
Oh, so you think it's a venom or a chemical that forces people to get married to each other?
Yeah, that's one of the two possibilities.
I mean, Japan, so you know that could be a concept for a story there. It's neither of those things.
Okay. Well, I'm out of idea.
Well, hey, that's okay, Rem. Marriagetoxin. The idea of this show is, first and foremost, adult cast.
Okay, cool. Good start.
Very good start. It is about our main character, Hikaru Gero.
All right.
Hikaru is, he's an assassin.
Okay, sure.
He's an assassin of the Poison Master clan.
Okay.
So he is the heir to a clan of assassins that specialize in toxins, poisons, venoms, all that jazz. Like, you know, just some subtle chemical warfare nonsense.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he and his little sister are of an age, and they are the sole heirs to the main family of this clan. And Garrow is, let's face it, not good at interacting with people or romance or anything like that. So he's always operated under the assumption that he was, just going to be single his whole life and just do his assassin gig, enjoy himself where he can with his love of basically dollar store candies and such.
I didn't expect slice of life casual elements to follow from an assassin from the Poison Clan.
Well, don't worry, we'll get more into it's more of the first rather than the latter, but that's essentially the general starting point. And he's like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna get married, and that's fine. And it just is what it is.
Until he meets the fella of his dreams.
Kind of. The conflict really starts when he's having a conversation with his sister, and the main family is bearing down on her to be the heir and produce an heir for the, continuation of the bloodline.
Okay, so they try to hook her up with a guy, but then Hikaru falls in love with the guy she's supposed to marry or be with.
I mean, that could be interesting, but no.
God damn it!
So, but this is where the conflict comes in, is they're having
I guess if that was the case, then that would have to have a light novel-ass title. It wouldn't just be Marriagetoxin.
It's a manga adaptation.
I am in love with my sister's husband.
Yeah.
Right? They 100%.
I mean, it would make the Marriagetoxin title make a lot more sense. Like Marriagetoxin, I'm in love with my sister's husband. Like, that would be the light novel version. And I
suppose my little sister's husband. You need to specify for some reason.
More words means more good.
Yes. You don't want to confuse with Marriagetoxin, I am in love with my older sister's husband.
Mm-hmm.
That completely different dynamic.
Yeah. But, so they're having a conversation, and his little sister is very much in love with her partner, who happens to be, you guessed it, female.
Oh, okay.
And Garrow, being as selfless as he is, essentially, because the family is coming down on her specifically to get married to, a guy and produce an heir.
Sure, so I got it back.
Yeah. Garrow essentially rises up to the situation and says, okay, instead, I am going to commit to this. I'm going to get married and be the heir so that you can be with your girlfriend and you can be happy together. But of course, like I said, he's not very good at the whole talking to people romance thing. And the impetus for this idea, and the reason that this is happening in the first place, is he runs into Mei Kinosaki. And Mei is a marriage swindler.
Okay.
And they are, he runs into them on a job. And their whole thing is essentially tricking affluent, shitty dudes into marrying them and then essentially running away with their fortunes, more or less.
Sure.
And because of this...
Hey, man, I've seen Rent-A-Girlfriend. I know how this goes. I get the concept.
Except this is a lot more honest about it, really. Runs into Mei on this job and essentially asks them to essentially be their guide in getting into relationships and getting married and, hopefully finding a partner so that, ultimately he can continue the clan nonsense and keep his little sister out of it, because he's very good at being an assassin and poisoning and all that powerful main character nonsense. It's just the social aspects that he sucks at. And where the queer stuff kind of comes in is Mei presents themselves primarily as female, but have revealed on several occasions that they are biologically male.
Okay.
Which makes it extra interesting because, this is a show that's presenting strong queer tones and vibes, where the main character's ultimate goal is to get into a hetero relationship.
Yeah.
And the way that this show is set up and presented, it does lend itself to the idea that, and obviously it's not done, so we don't know, but there's strong indication that that Hikaru may end up with Mei by the end. And that's where some of the queer undertones are. But at the same time, the whole show is Hikaru getting into situations where he's on jobs meeting various women, whether it's due to the assassination gigs or protection gigs or whatever. And Mei is helping him establish relationships with them and yada, yada, yada. So it's kind of a weird pseudo-romance show that's towing the line between action spy assassin nonsense with awkward romance mixed in, trying to figure out how this is going to go. And I don't know how it's going to end, but it is the most queer-coded show that's currently airing, and we've gotten a lot of requests to cover it, and it's easier and more straightforward to talk about than the first two things we've talked about this month.
Yeah, all right. Well, I at least look forward to that. It'll be...
Oh, yeah. Like,
it'll be relaxing for my brain, if nothing else.
Yeah. And I mean, it's spies, it's action, it's over-the-top, like, physics-breaking nonsense. It's one of those... This is definitely a much more of a turn-your-brain-off type of show, but it's trying to push forward some queer representation. And even if the show doesn't end with Mei and Hikaru getting together, though, like, there are lots of signs of that being the case, it is still, at the very least, treating, like, relationships that are, quote-unquote, like, not the heteronormative, as, like, being normal and perfectly acceptable things, despite the rigid conservative nature of these old assassin clans.
Yeah.
So, nice softball representative show with some action and some pretty colors. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions, or you think you're ready to get straight into it?
Nah, let's jump right into it.
All right. Without further ado, let's go watch some Marriagetoxin. And we are back after watching the first 3 episodes of the 2026 spring anime, Marriagetoxin. Tell me, Rem, are you feeling refreshed after having a much simpler show to talk about? Or are you, much like the power set of our main character, feeling a bit toxic?
There's a trend for this Pride Month, Shaun. And that trend is stuff that has potential and does not seem to be utilizing it to its fullest. Like, stuff that it's got something. But then it's like, hey, but what if we did a bunch of generic bullshit too? And it's like, no, you don't need to do that. That's not a requirement. That's not, you don't gotta. You don't have to be like, all right, so, we gotta have 50% of it be sawdust. It's required. And it's like, no, I don't think it is. It's like, the people love the sawdust. It's like, no, I think they just eat the sawdust. I think they've been Stockholm syndromed into believing they love the sawdust. You don't need to give them sawdust.
Hey, I mean, Rem, I'm kind of with you on that front. I just have the unique perspective of I got hooked in by the interesting premises and the interesting things that the ingredients that seem very nice and interesting. Consumed a bunch of the sawdust, and now I am fully caught up in the manga. So that's where I'm at. Because I was like, there's something here. There's something.
And let's start off. I mean, the very start of the show, we open up with a mob boss. He is smoking 10 cigarettes at once.
Yes.
He is sitting on a naked man who's serving as a human chair. Around him, a conference room, human furniture all around, bunch of mob aficionados all around, right? They're talking, they're eating, but oh no, what if there's poison? Well, don't worry, my boss, he has a poison tester, so poison tester tastes it, he's like, I'm alive, go for it, boss. Boss tries it, fucking dies. Turns out our boy, Garo, he's the one who did it. He built, he worked with the poison tester, to subtly, the poison tester didn't know this, but he built up a tolerance in the poison tester so the poison tester wouldn't detect the poison, right? He wouldn't fucking die.
He iocane powdered him.
Got him. And it's like, ooh, okay, all right. It's setting a very strong impression, like very boisterous and over the top, which is fun, while also being a bit clever, working in the shadows and assassinating people with all your poison bullshit. That is a wild start and a fun start and an interesting start. So already, top tier from the get-go. What an impression. Very few anime give as strong as a first impression as this, right? So then he chats with his friend, the Bug Master, who is a little fucking freak. He has a mask that's hiding a tarantula in his mouth. He has he has centipedes emerge from his shoes to just scuttle away, so he doesn't need to step. He's a fucking freak. And him and Garrow are their boys. And Bugmaster, he's this big terrifying freak, and he's just talking about. He's like, hey, I'm gonna get married. I'm getting married, and they're just wholesome pictures, and it's great. Thus far, we're getting some fantastic juxtaposition between, like, fucked thriller and wholesome domestic bullshit. And that's all delightful. So far, like, 5 minutes in, it's amazing. Then we get into the main bit. Garrow is hired to kill the marriage swindler, May. I kept writing down May. They kept using their other name, but May was easier, so...
Kinosaki?
Yep, I have May.
4 syllables too much for you, huh?
May is just one. It's so easy, so simple. And so, while doing that, gets a call from the sister. The sister, as covered in part 1, being forced to be the heir, and marry a man, have to break up with their girlfriend, etc., etc., etc. And Garrow's like, this is fucked up and bad, and so he's like, hey, May, if you marry me, I'll let you live. And May's like, nah, fam, what the hell, you pathetic bitch. And they have some back and forth, and then it's decided, okay, don't marry me, but just, like, help me find a good woman, and then I'll let you live. And he decides that May is good, and he only kills bad people, so then he decides to kill the client who hired him, by injecting himself with some crazy Super Saiyan shadow goo. And he does the 300 torments of hell. And now, all right, okay, here we go.
Crouching Romance, Hidden Shonen.
So, when the show is about a poison master, all about assassination, and it talks at length all about how, like, having to learn human behavior so that you can be subtle. It opens up with a bit of a fairly clever poisoning bit, so you're like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense with poisoning. More than almost any other thing, you gotta be clever. Right? If you're a sniper, you gotta be sneaky and an opportunist. If you're more of like the muscle, then you just gotta be thick and intimidating. But if you're a poisoner, you gotta be clever. And then this show has decided halfway through the first episode, that's hard and different. What if instead, by poison master, we don't mean guy who's really good at poisons. We mean guy who can do or be anything. He has all the superpowers. What if that's what we meant? What if we meant, like, yeah, he can just inject himself with whatever and do whatever at any given time? And that is so much less interesting, it hurts. It is so catastrophically less interesting. And it doesn't go past the point of no return, right? Don't get me wrong, just like doing that, it's like, okay, just more shonen bullshit. It's disappointing. But, oh my god, why make it so it's like an assassin we see later, just like, I've grown my entire life studying human behavior. Why? So you can go Super Saiyan and just kick their ass? Like, who cares? You don't need to know human behavior for any of that. It's so irrelevant and pointless. And it's so clear that is just because they want a bunch of fun shonen battles. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, Shaun. Why? Every time they're like, here's an interesting premise. And then they're like, is it a battle shonen? And they're like, how could this possibly be a battle shonen? And they're like, we really want it to be a battle shonen. It's like, all right, we'll make it a battle shonen then. That's what it'll be all about then. Not everything needs to be a battle shonen. Just have a goddamn clever, sneaky assassin who's also trying to find love. There you go.
I mean, Ren, would you believe me if I told you that people love the slice of life romance stuff more than the shonen battle stuff?
Well, of course, because that actually has a bit of heart to it. That's has much more identity. The shonen battle stuff, it's just like some shit pulled out of My Hero Academia. It's just like, all right, this superhero versus this superhero. Let's go. And it's like, oh, okay. Later on, we'll meet the Water Master. And she it's like, okay, so her thing, like, drowns people, waterboards them, shit like that, blah, blah, blah. But she actually has a sort of, like, morphing scuba suit. She's a waterbender who can then, her suit is filled with water, so she can also change shape and go super powerful there, and she can drown, but she's also slicing and attacking in that way. What are we doing? You're losing all of their identity by having all of them just be able to do so fucking much. Like, I feel like, and this isn't even just an anime problem, but it is like largely an action problem where they're like you see it in superhero stuff sometimes, where they're like, we can't have limitations for our main character. They kind of just, we need him to be able to do everything, because otherwise we need to think about how they solve problems. And that's hard. It's so much easier to just be like, and then they punch it. And then they punch it, and then they do this so that they can punch it. Oh, now they can't punch it, so they got to do this so they can. I don't care! I don't care about all the possible ways they can punch a thing.
Oh, God.
So that's really not great. Now it's like, okay. As they part ways, May gets kidnapped after agreeing to help him, and Garo has to go and save by going Super Saiyan some more, right? And shares contact information with May, and they're friends now. And I was like, okay, there's one way that this can be acceptable. Like, I don't love it. In fact, I really don't like it, but the Battle Shonen bullshit going Super Saiyan. But I guess if they just decide to play off all of the thriller or action parts as jokes, then it can work, right? Because that's basically the case for when overpowered characters, they work in horror if it's just this unbeatable force, or they work in slice of life or comedy where it doesn't matter because those stakes don't matter anyway. The personal stakes matter, those stakes don't matter, right? And it's easy to see how that can happen with this show, right? Where it's just focused on the dating. And thus far, unfortunately, about 50-50. They do care about the battles and the stakes. They do pretend that there are any stakes, even though there so obviously are not at any point. Because once again, our Poison Master, he has every power. He can do anything. And so the next one, we open up with some exposition about modified bloodlines. Garo and May, they go on a simulated date on a cruise, because she tried to get him a handful of dates and he fucking sucked, right? So she's like, all right, this is how we need to practice. Some solid lessons that Garo learns. Eventually it's decided, hey, we need to put your best foot forward. Your best foot is being a rad as hell assassin. That's you're real talented and skilled, so you need to show that off. And hey, if you end up saving people and shit, people you save, they're gonna be real impressed. Maybe they'll be interested. And so an artwork, a stolen artwork gets stolen by somebody else. And then the art thief, who is a bit of a Robin Hood, they also get captured. There's a lot of elements. Don't worry about it. The Robin Hood thief, of course, is a lady. So they're like, all right, let's protect her. And she's the one that's being tortured by the Water Master. So Garo shows up. And May too. They have a bad reason why May comes along. It's just like, oh, so I can talk to the woman. It's like, all right, I guess May can just easily die, and she almost does.
Oh, it's a common occurrence throughout the manga.
And you're like, okay, I feel like this justification doesn't really work.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it really doesn't.
Yeah, once again, it'd be nice if there was a little bit more thought. Furthermore, not only is this a relatively standard shonen fight, decent animation and everything, but like nothing too incredible. The whole time, the Water Master is expositing. And what are they expositing? They are telling Garo about modified bloodlines, right? They're telling him about the Poison Masters, and about how powers generally work. Now, here's the thing.
Garo already knows all this.
Garo already knows. You know, you don't need to explain Poison Masters to. At one point, she's like, yes, one of your powers is this, you know? And you know who you don't need to be telling that to? Fucking Garo! He doesn't need to know about modified bloodlines or the Poison Masters because he knows it. He is it. So it's just terrible exposition, awkwardly and clumsily delivered for the audience in a well animated but otherwise generic fight scene.
I mean, if anything, the person you should be selling that to is Kinosaki. Like, I feel like that's a good reason for them to be there.
Yeah, it is wildly frustrating. So look, there's some decent ideas, but so far we're getting that it's a battle shonen with a lot of bad dialogue frequently. That isn't a recipe for success. But episode 3, we finish off the battle. Let's see, is it? I got her name somewhere. Himekawa. That's the art thief Robin Hood girl. She helps out a little bit. Not a lot of it. Mostly as an excuse to make physical for the show, for them to make physical contact, Himekawa and Garo. Because it's like, oh, you lost your syringe and I can't just hand it to you because, like, what if it got knocked down? So I must jump down to you and land on you and then give it to you. But, like, she could also be swapped out. Like, the water look, it's very transparent. It's not... I wish the show just put a little more effort into justifying any of the shit it's doing. But the problem is, it's so transparent and obvious. And it's like, okay, I see what you're doing. I see how you're trying to do it. And it's just not well done at all. It's not clever. It's not intelligent. But they wins the fight. Garo decides to let everybody live. And he cures the water master from their condition of having to live in water. They even let, like, ransom taker dude live, I guess. Himekawa returns painting. There's a weird moment where they do the sort of traditional scene of, like, when you get a villain, right? And you get him on the hero side, and you're sort of like Grinch's heart grows 3 sizes, and you're like, see, doing good. Doesn't that feel good? Right? They do that with Garo, where they're like, hey, Garo, looks like doing good, can feel pretty good too. But here's the issue. Other than him being a poison master, we have no reason to think that he believes otherwise when it comes to doing good feels good. He's the least cynical guy around. Like,
yeah, he's just killed hundreds of people. That's the only downside.
But he specifies only bad people because there cannot be any moral gray. There cannot be.
Yeah, I do have to reiterate, this is a Shonen Jump manga. So that definitely, unfortunately, comes with the territory of Shonen Jump.
and I shall criticize it.
Yeah, and this is an older Jump one as well. So it's like, oh, well, it's for older people, so surely you should have more wiggle room for this kind of thing. But no.
And once again, any arguments that are along the lines of, like, hey, it's for young men, it's for a younger crowd. All right, then tell the anime adults, tell the fucking weebs to shut the fuck up about it, all right? That applies to any shonen, all right? Any anime that anybody has defended being like, it's okay if it's kind of bad because it's for the youth. First of all, the youth deserve good media. Second of all, there's an endless amount of adults with any anime, with any fucking anime, even for the youth, who are holding it up as quality media regardless of the fact. So yeah, no morally gray. And once again, you didn't need to have this weird scene where they pretend Garo learns something. He doesn't need to learn how to be a good guy. He is a good guy, and that's never been in doubt.
Good guy minus murder, of course.
Just a straight, but even the show doesn't really care about that. The show's like, no, but he's murdering the bad guys, so that's good. It's like what superheroes do.
Yeah, superheroes murder bad guys. That's what you and I.
Yeah. They plan a hangout with Himekawa and Garo and May, but then May cancels, but then shows up and, like, observes. They go to a shark club, which is fun and flavorful, right? It's just a club where you wear shark hats and there's a big shark mascot and everything is shark. They share their backstories, and I don't really care about their backstories. It is, once again, just delivered as an exposition dump instead of a charming get-to-know-you scene. And it builds up. Finally, the moment arises, and he asks her to be his friend. And he explains, well, one day I might want to marry you, but I want to get to know you first. Which does seem like that's what, like, if you were to ask her on a date, that's what that would also be for. But okay, sure. It's a little bit clumsy and awkward. And we learned the bodyguard gig is next. and it's basically like their excuse so they don't have to focus on one woman for too long. Like it's pretty. I haven't seen any more episodes, but one can surmise that a general formula that many episodes will fall into is here's a job, do this, meet a girl, go on a pseudo date or get to know you experience with them, add them to the contact list, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then a handful of them show up later. Well, it seems relatively clear that that's the direction it's gonna go. And then likely eventually realizes like, oh shit, what if I'm crushing on May?
Yeah. That is essentially the formula that we have laid out for us. And as somebody who is fully caught up in the manga, I will say, impressively, they keep the cast of girls relatively small, considering that's how they initially start the formula. I think off the top of my head, I can think of 4 potential suitors, including May. Which...
That's nice. I think it would work better for a show like this if, like, instead of sort of pseudo-hareming it up, they, like, he properly went on dates and then, like, they seem like they might work or they definitely don't work, but then each one ends up with closure with one or the other of them deciding it's not for them. Right?
Yeah, and God, it's very slow-moving in the grand scheme of things because you'll never guess, but a lot of the romance gets interrupted by shonen nonsense throughout this story. So that's a little on the frustrating side of things, but it's cool enough action and fun stuff in manga form that it doesn't bother me too much because I can get through it pretty quickly. But I think at the point where the story is now, I think they're considering starting to do things like that because we're actually getting to the point where, like, Garo is starting to realize, oh, wait a minute, feelings for these girls, I need to start actually figuring this shit out because time is running out and already my family is starting to be a major problem in the grand scheme of things. So it's curious. The ultimate question is still that are they actually going to fully commit to Garo marrying May in the end of it? Because
I mean, if they don't, then they're such goddamn cowards.
Yeah, like that's my biggest concern with the series right now because we're spending a lot of time
like
building
it's predictable,
all of them
but also
up
it's the choice.
Yeah, like we're spending a lot of time building them up equally. But of course, if Garo does go through with a relationship with May, and May goes through with a relationship with Garo, then the clan's problem is still a problem. And then I think the story is just going to have to end with him absolutely destroying his whole family. Because that's the only way that can happen. Because something tells me an old school traditional Japanese poison clan assassination family isn't going to be super cool with somebody who is not cisgendered.
Here, let me predict how it all ends, or at least how like that the main current story ends. He ends up he doesn't choose anybody or choose somebody, but it doesn't work out. He ends up having to fight his entire family, defeats his family, and then him and May don't go on a date, but like share a moment together where they're like, maybe, and that would be a terrible way for it to end. But
if they end it that way, nobody will ever talk about the show ever again, man.
That's going to be my prediction. And
we've been burned too many times, my guy.
Yes, and here's the unfortunate truth, right? The sort of like romance elements, like it's fun to have like a shark club, and May is a fun character. Garo, unfortunately, kind of a trash character. Oh, he's dark and brooding, but he's so awkward with women. Okay, is he an interesting kind of awkward? Because we've seen that before. It's very possible to do compelling awkward. All right? No, it's the same brand of awkward as every bland bitch protagonist who struggles with women. Oh, geez, what do I do? And just no layers, no depth to it whatsoever. Just, so you can put yourself into him. You might think, oh, it'd be very easy to like make it more specific rather than just being awkward around women. Like maybe he's a bit paranoid, right? He can't trust people because we see if he goes to a restaurant, he can't eat food made by other people because he's that paranoid, right? As if any poison could do anything to him, because like he'd just go Super Saiyan. I'm sure he'd be fine. But we see he has paranoia in that element. And so maybe the reason why he's a bit awkward and struggles with others is because he has trust issues from his work, from his family, from being a poison master that then relate to how he interacts with others. Thus far, not a lick of that. It's just, oh, so awkward. Everyone actually has the best intentions and everyone's a good person deep down, but I just don't know what to do. If the paranoia were a meaningful present part, you know what he wouldn't do? Leave a bunch of fuckers alive who have done heinous shit, and yet he does.
I mean, I can confirm that conflict does come up.
Awesome. It should be inherent to his character. It shouldn't be a one-off. It should be a part of it. It shouldn't be like, oh, when he goes on a date with a chef, now he's paranoid about eating her meals. It should just be like ingrained in who the fuck he is. As of right now, it's just like, oh yeah, he's a poison master, and so he really understands human behavior, but also that doesn't matter because he can go Super Saiyan, and he's bad with women, but not in any way that's connected to anything, just in the standard awkward template. For a show that opens up with so many big swings that seem so compelling and interesting, it turned into poorly written slop so fucking fast. It makes all the generic choices, and the interesting choices are possible. They're there, right? With the concept like this, it's like, oh yeah, there's so much you could be doing. And thus far, in these 3 episodes, at every opportunity, it makes the more generic choice. Except for some flavor things like a shark club, which is fun.
Oh, Rem. Yeah, no, I knew that only showing you 3 episodes of this, there wasn't anything that could be done. And if I showed you 5 episodes, that cuts you in half of the next arc. Not much to do there. If I showed you the whole series, you would have just been angry at me. Especially because you would have called me out for wanting you to watch the part where the girl that I enjoy the most is on screen. Because you would do that. It's the Hamster Master.
Excuse me?
Yeah, she is of the Beastmaster clan, and she uses exclusively hamsters. She is not very strong. But I adore her.
Speaking of other characters in the show, May, I did say was a more compelling character, but it's introduced one quirk to them. Can you guess what their quirk is? They love food. That old original quirk, man, they can't get enough of food.
Mm.
I just want non-sodas. Just don't give the same shit. And this opened so unique.
Well, Rev, maybe you're the only one that's disappointed. Maybe the weebs love it. Maybe it's...
Yeah, of course they do.
But how much do they love it, Rem? Let's put a number to it. What do you think the mouse score is?
Oh, fucking hell. I think... Okay, it's got all the slop they love.
Yeah.
It's got well-animated action. I think some of them will may be annoyed that it is sort of like split in half what it is.
Uh-huh.
And so the purists on either side will be a little bit disappointed. They'll be like, no, I like the slop on my side, but what's up with the slop on the other side? I think that there will also be the homophobes who are like, what the hell? And even like transphobes that'll be like, what the hell? I don't think that'll be the most important part here, but it's a factor, decreasing it a little bit.
I mean, and it's not even like it's how the story starts, and it is relevant to several characters, but it's also not like the core of the whole story.
Yeah,
for a lot.
But it does have lesbians to meet.
Yeah. Oh, immediate lesbians. I mean, man, oh man.
We just open up on them getting pushed down the cosmic staircase.
Happens to the best of us.
I think it's going to be a 7. I don't think it hits 8. 7.6.
Just flat 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Rem, at the time of this recording, only 17,000 people have reviewed this on Mal, which is pretty low considering it's almost done with its runtime. I think it has 11 episodes out of 13 currently. So yeah, with those 17,000 ratings, Marriagetoxin is sitting nice and pretty at 7.54.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Generally speaking, you did kind of hit the nail on the head. Thankfully, I haven't heard too many like homophobic stuff being directed at this anime because I think it gets kind of so casually brought up and introduced that maybe they don't have time to realize what's happened.
Yeah.
It's like, because, it's normal for people to love each other despite gender and sexuality. Go figure. That they just don't notice immediately. And are more focused on like the cool Studio Bones action shonen stuff. But yeah, most of the complaints for this show hilariously are related to the fact that it is classified as shonen. People are saying that it is being held back by its shonen tagging, essentially, more so than anything, because like you've said, there's a lot of ingredients here that can lead to exactly the kind of thing that we want to enjoy. However, it does kind of like get torn.
It is genuinely so baffling to me that for the Poison Master, that they introduce with a bit of intrigue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so quickly they abandon it?
Yeah. Genuinely, the things that people care about the most in this show is everything that happens after the big shonen missions, the interactions with the new characters and the characters.
But even then, the writing isn't good. They're really good at visuals and fun concepts. They need somebody else to write. For the love of God, give somebody else.
It's definitely a much better read than it is a watch. I'll tell you that much, because oh man, when I went through and watched it for preparation for this anime, I was like, I don't remember it feeling like this bloated. I don't recall that. The animation's gorgeous, but I don't recall it feeling like this. And then I went back and reread the first handful of chapters. Like, oh yeah, that's because I read really quickly and process things really quickly. I have neurodivergence. That's why. But yeah, no, it's an interesting conundrum, to say the least. But you know, all in all, generally speaking, the people that like the show like it a decent amount, but are the people that there aren't many people that outright this show with a burning passion. It's just the people getting frustrated by the tropes they've seen 1,000 times, and like the split between the romance side and the shonen side taking up so much bandwidth from each other that it's hard to kind of, keep that good balance in a way that's interesting. Like the show feels like it wants to have like a seinen style storytelling, but it is just so shonen to the core that it is struggling to maintain that.
Yeah, I feel like, my emotional response to this show, it's basically identical to a disappointed father who just learned that his very bright son is starting up an anime podcast. It's just, you were capable of so much more.
I thought you weren't talking to your father recently, Rem.
No, I was thinking of you.
Oh, I see. Oh, God. My dad really doesn't understand what I do. I explain things to him, and he's like, okay, son. He supports me.
Just have him listen to last week's episode.
Ooh, the man is nearly 70. I don't think that's going to go over well.
You don't think he's ready for the cosmic staircase?
No. No, I don't think...
I'm going to take your dad on a ride to the cosmic staircase.
That's exclusively for lesbians, and you know it.
Hey, we don't know that, all right? We were introduced to it in a lesbian context, but none of our queer audience has let us know if it's exclusively a lesbian thing.
We have yet to get a response on the cosmic staircase. That's like...
Hey, fellas, gay fellas, do you get pushed onto the cosmic staircase and or an equivalent? Let us know.
And is it just a sexuality thing, or is it like a gender thing as well?
Yeah.
Like, we want to know. We're trying to be the best allies we can, but if you
How can we be a good ally if we don't sufficiently understand the cosmic staircase? Yeah. All right.
And is the asexual equivalent just like, one of those flat trams in the airport? Just, what are those called? Like, people movers, or what are they called? I don't know what they're called. You know what I'm talking about. The moving walkways for people to go just a little bit quicker to their exits.
Yeah.
My theory is that's the asexual equivalent. That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, man.
But let us know. But yeah, no, generally speaking, Marriagetoxin, lots of good ingredients, but man, oh man, it's like putting Wagyu in, like, mixing it with instant ramen, is kind of the vibe of it. Like, it's like, oh man, you're putting something really fantastic and there's some really good stuff here. But why you gotta put it in like the cheapest generic stuff possible as well? Like, why you gotta do that to us? But hey, at least it's not wildly confusing like our previous 2 episodes were for you.
Yeah, I suppose it's only the creative choices that baffle me here.
Yeah, see, you're angry at like the team behind it. You're not angry at the story itself.
The story has potential. It's just poorly handled.
Well, hey. Maybe, and I'm probably going to keep reading it as more chapters get released, because, I mean, what else am I going to do with my life? I don't have a major social life. I'll let you know how this one wraps up and finishes, because I am so curious, and if I get Nisekoi'd again, I'm going to kill somebody. I will. The amount of times that has happened is infuriating. And that's a show we've not yet covered, Rem, and I don't know if we'll ever cover it because I'm bitter and angsty at it. But let's just say it was a long-running romance show that a lot of people got really invested in, really enjoyed, thought it was going to not do the generic thing, then does the generic thing at the last minute, which infuriated the hell out of everybody. Or maybe just me, but look, man, I don't like it when it's the same thing over and over again, despite being a fan of shonen anime, okay?
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of enjoy Marriagetoxin, because there's enough spice in it that makes things different. Not different enough to, escape the criticisms, but different enough.
Oh, certainly not.
Definitely not. Different enough to make sure that I can have a good time. And also, I just love the idea of a powerful woman coordinating a horde of hamsters. That's just hilarious to me. But with
Shaun, I reckon you'd like to be one of those hamsters.
Probably. I'm not going to mince words. So without further ado, thank you all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you enjoy Rem finally getting some of his own pent-up toxicity out, then please head on over to wherever you get your podcast and leave us a review. They mean the world to us, and we do read every single one. And if that is still not enough for you, you can head on over to twitch.tv/animeoutofcontext, where myself, Dylan, and Remington occasionally play video games very poorly. Remington has occasionally been popping in, saying some heinous, quote-unquote, facts about me, commenting...
The people deserve to know.
Commenting on his lack of understanding of the games we're playing, and then immediately dipping. So you might be able to see that if you show up. Never expect him to reply. He never does.
Once in a very blue moon, I do.
Yeah, no, genuinely, it'll be a fact, quote-unquote, and I will immediately be like, oh, well, that's interesting, Rem. Care to back that up with some more, evidence and such? Fucking nothing. He's gone. And then there are people in the chat who are like, Rem, you're here, and they're so excited to see you, and you're just immediately gone. and I have to be like, I'm sorry, guys, he does this all the time.
It's a little cryptid sighting, It feels exciting, but fleeting.
I don't know, man. If you keep showing up and leaving immediately, people are going to start being, disappointed.
Here's the thing. If I stuck around, right, then people would be like, I can just tune in for a bit, and I'm sure, because Remington sticks around, he'll be there. As of right now, if you're watching Shaun's stream and I show up, that's the one moment. That's the singular moment I'm gonna show up, and you were there for it.
Why won't you play Repo with me on stream?
First of all, never been invited, all right? All right, Ellen DeGeneres. Second of all, I'm a busy man.
Why do you think you don't get invited, Rem?
Well, I'm just saying you can't, just because I would say no, you can't accost me if you've never invited me.
Would you like to play Repo with me on stream sometime?
We'll talk about it off. We'll talk about it when we're done recording.
Because me, Dylan, and my friend love to play the game because it's silly and fun, and it's the commitment is minimal, Rem. It's pseudo roguelike. So, at any rate, twitch.tv/animeoutofcontext. And if that is still not enough for you, head on over to patreon.com/animeoutofcontext, where you gain access to all kinds of lovely bonus material, including the opportunity to be thanked live on the podcast. So, Rem, who are we thinking this week with your printed out shred sheet?
Yeah, I've actually, I fixed the problem. It caused other problems, but that's Patreon for you. As always, we would like to send our regards to all of our bland bitch protagonists, as well as our magical girls, we really appreciate. But moving on, we get to our yandere waifus, who are gradually poisoning us, so we build up a tolerance to all of their toxic bullshit. And on that list we have, you've ruined me for other Patreons. I'll never get married after this. Happy Pride, I guess.
I'm sorry! Well, actually, why am I apologizing? You guys do this to yourself.
You do it to yourself.
I just feel like secondhand guilt, I guess, from our audience, because once the precedent was started and we didn't stop it or do anything to discourage it, it's like
wildly out of hand. And there's just miscellaneous other creators out there, who are just reading random ass names who they're like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, you could be
guy?
Watching a heartfelt breakdown of truly an emotional book that somebody felt really a strong heart connection to, and that at the end it's like, big butt balls does Shaun have? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
just see that scrolling at the end of a video essay, you know?
And like you just get whiplash by that. It's like, no, wait a minute. I feel like my streams have been crossed.
Yeti has nothing to say. Boost your relationship to continue. Yadray Neko, Wolfire56. What does Goon got to do with it? What are Shaun's thoughts on he-him lesbians? What are your thoughts on he-him lesbians?
The same as my thoughts on everybody. Love who you want to love, and you are who you are.
Hell yeah.
Because like, look, I'm not the one that has the right to have an opinion on that kind of thing.
Westgate, week 50 of using my Patreon name, West Code Keys. We need a separate podcast just to hear Remington's terrible movie opinions. Watching Requiem for a Spoon Man at 0.5 speed. Titan CNH. The wheel is rolling towards a Mirai Nikki revisit. The Susanator. The Nage Viking will conquer the world with Oronorzoro as my navigator. Turban. Tech Turtle. Super Zoo. Strife is happy to report that she has realized she is actually a girl. Happy Pride Month, my fellow yam lovers. Hell yeah. Stacy's mom. Now, Strife, you can tell us about the Cosmic Staircase.
Yeah.
You can
surely that's how you figured it out, yeah?
Surely you got pushed down the Cosmic Staircase and that's how you learned.
Yeah.
Stacy's mom, Sparcy. Shaun, please put Rem in the jar. I'm getting bored of Judy. Shaun wants to give Spoon Man a thank and yank. Shaun ruined my Happy Sugar life when he decided instead of ruining Pride Month this year to celebrate it by coming out as a map. Oh, God. Yeah, it's the Dora the Explorer kind of map. It's fine. It's fine.
You know, I think it's probably a good thing I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's a very good thing. Shaun versus Absolute Batman Child Punting Cup 2026. Place your bets now. Shaun Rollins, are you single because none of your exes could compare to your Erica Kirk Dakimakura? Hashtag Red Pill No Fire.
That's what's been cut off the last couple of weeks. Ah, man.
You know, my boy Shaun, he's always on the prowl, and you know when a MILF is especially vulnerable on the hunt when they've just become a widow.
I don't think she qualifies as a MILF, man. Because fucking hell, dude. Like, I had to assume that whoever was foolish enough to marry that guy had issues of their own, but man, oh man, I didn't think it was just as bad.
Shaun, Red Pill, MILF Hunter, Dakimakura, Lovin' Rollins. You know, it works as a double down on the last one. Seraphim the Shark Plushie, sentenced to be a podcast host. Ryan Moody, Rem in the World Cup. Remington is right. Remington and Shaun are my favorite closeted Mormon couple. Remerin Hi, Anacon Pod Hajimaru, yo. Rem, what do you think of Magic the Gathering? Rem uses the drums of liberation for all weeps from bad anime. Rem doesn't completely hate my favorite shows. Red Pill Rollins riding against the gays next month. Red Pill Rollins versus the Taliban in a basketball 1v1 win. Professor Fox, pro tips out of context, has run out of things to post. Pride Month stole patron letters, call that Alphabet Mafia. It's pretty good.
That is pretty funny.
Now starring in, I made friends with the second prettiest Misaka in the Clone Laugh, because even a replica can fall in love. Noctua, Mao wants to thank you all for being awesome. Macaroni and Cheese, Lucky Star's the king of Moe. Little Bitch Boy Remington says, what? What? Link Joe Girl, likes bikes, Nerd98, King Rich Rock, Cassidy, Jax, Jam Hands, Jake Dent. I'm almost in my third trimester. Is Shaun single due to micro appendage? See, and one might think they're talking about your dick, but they're actually just talking about your itty bitty toes. You're absolutely.
It's why I trip all the time. Like, I just got no balance down there.
Yeah, it's just like the smallest fraction. His big toe is just a centimeter. Which is very by the knuckle.
Which is very difficult because otherwise, hobbit feet. Like,
oh yeah. Like people usually don't notice the absolutely tiny toes because of all the fur.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a gun with 2 bullets and was in a room with Reagan, Trump, and Red Pill Rounds would suck both of them off. Aren't you happy we can read all of them?
No, you know, again? Can we go back to the truncated words?
Identity pitch, gay.
I think we've heard that one before, but I still love it.
the variety of like some very long-winded ones mixed with just some very brief ones.
Like the punch of that identity pitch really hits, you know?
Yeah. I, Remington, really want to watch more Sword Art. I want a Marvel movie starring Shaun and Spider-Man and Remington as Big Wheel. I don't think Mr. Chaser should host Pride Month. I can't believe I made an account for this. Help, I'm stuck in WWE City from Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery 2014. Eaten to Tombstone.com.
What a hyper niche reference. And that's the best part is I believe it's real.
Having it be like an isekai, help me, I'm stuck in WWE City from Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery 2014. That would be a hell of an isekai.
And the fact that you're stuck eating a Tombstone branded taco. What would a Tombstone branded taco even taste like?
Excuse me, it's not a Tombstone branded taco. It's a Tombstone taco, which would be like an Undertaker branded taco.
Oh, I see.
Son of a bitch.
Look, hey, maybe I was thinking of the Marble character. I don't know, man.
Help! Have you considered arson? Griping, G-Bottom, aka Bear Trap Rem, how many homophobes would you let finish in you to stop all hate crimes? Please, they're all 7 inches. I wouldn't set a number, for myself. I would let them give a first offer. I mean, by definition, the answer is higher than I'd like, more than I'd like.
Yeah, because I think ultimately it just comes down to at what point is. Never mind, not going to say that.
There's a point that it gets very unsustainable
and unappealing.
So I would need to be handed a thing, right? Because if you're like, name a number, and either way it's going to happen, but if it's too low, the hate crimes are still there. I don't trust that system at all.
And it's also a case of how the logistics of it just seem like a nightmare, honestly.
Yeah.
So the answer is more than you'd like, but enough to get the job done.
So notably, they only need to finish in me. All right.
Interesting.
So I can tell them to line the fuck up and get themselves ready, and then when they're ready, pop it in.
Can you do an Eiffel Tower situation to kind of double the speed of things, or is it?
Yeah, but I think especially if it were a marathon session, I'm not looking to min-max anything but comfort.
I wish you used a different word.
I would need to take care of myself as much as possible, all right?
Yeah, that's sure.
Fern the Fern. Farmer Weeb doesn't want Shaun to get too horny, but I'm willing to trade VTuber foot juice for Code Goose.
Yeah.
He already has the complete set.
God, this is the
listener. Name a VTuber, he has their foot juice.
See, the worst part is, Rem, is that's only half a joke. That did actually happen at a convention.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw the photos of you there.
Okay, come on now.
And then you go to Dylan. Hey, sorry, Dylan, can't pay rent this month. Oh no. I don't know what happened. The convention was more expensive than I thought, I guess. Excuse me, that lolly is at least 500 years old, Shaun. Erica McCorkle, Dylan's voice makes me come. Danielle Wright, Daddy Rem, tell me bedtime story about Shaun's nut. Calderius, Crypt update, we got distracted, 3 hours, 0 out of 61 achievements. Code Goose, Patreon rebellion, 6 months early. Chuck Burnett, Remington should show Shaun the classic 2010 Bollywood Terminator for April Fools in Thyron. Cheese Monkey, Brock Hart for Geodudes, just show him Code Geese, man.
I can't do that during Pride Month. There's too much Pizza Hut ads.
Oh my god. Breaking news! New anime Code Lyoko coming out soon. I did see it.
Yeah, I did see that and I immediately screamed. In fear.
Blarf, Bento Kato, anime slimes, amazing muffin, Aisha Gucci, and a grimoire that makes you last longer by 6.7%. Now we move on to the Boy Wizard tier. What are they gonna get this week, Shaun?
They are going to get their own mastery that they can use for assassination. Good luck figuring out how most of them are going to go.
All right, on that list we have Umbersight.
You can have Pebble Mastery.
Truck-Goon Operator number 42.
Ooh, Felt.
Triangle Warlock.
I'm thinking Glass.
The Wheel of Ka keeps turning.
Cider.
That Mouse Girl.
How about Cockapose?
Sporadic Silver.
Ooh, I'm leaning towards just some good old-fashioned arsenic.
Silent Secondary.
How about 7 Herbs and Spices?
Sammy K is here to remind you of the secret third option.
Foam.
Roscop.
Ooh, I am leaning towards amusement park rides.
Rem, what is your opinion on Iron Lung?
You can have Needles.
Rem is now Fooly and or Cooley.
This feels like the bass guitar to me.
Power Cells, WWE Question of the Month. Who is your favorite commentator, guest, or otherwise? My answer, good old JR with Booker T as a close second. First of all, having Booker T as an answer is somewhat crazy. JR, I understand for nostalgia. Booker T, I guess you like the silliness. But otherwise, what the fuck you doing? I would say not an exciting answer, but Michael Cole is insanely good at his craft. It is somewhat astonishing. And then I think Corey Graves is just really solid at adding a degree of technical depth, as well as appealing to the smart marks a little bit. But I think that often he explains the emotional reality of what's happening in the ring a little better than most others.
I have no answer.
What do they get?
They can have Allen Wrench.
Miguel DeLeon.
Ooh, a forge.
Hey, it's me, Remington Chase from the Anime Out of Context podcast.
Salt.
Dominite Trigun, Red Pill Even Rem.
How about caffeine?
Chris Thorstad wants Rem Daddy to take the wheel.
Cable.
Carver 271.
Paper.
Big Rare Kumiko thinks Hioka will make Rem say Watashi Kini Nari Masu.
Scissors.
Beethoven 1201.
Piano.
Tums.
Sodium bicarbonate.
Allfather 413.
Sourdough bread starter.
And now we move on to the inappropriate Joey Wheeler tier, where Shaun, as Joey Wheeler, will he will set you up with someone to marry.
That's a hell of a jump.
He will arrange a marriage.
I don't know if that's okay.
And I will tell you a little bit about how that marriage is going to go. On that list, we have, hey, nobody else in the podcast game is giving their best patrons spouses. All right? We go above and beyond. On that list, we have Shaun Goon, too close to the sun, and now he's fighting a war to save the people's princess, Rem.
Okay. You can have Hexus from Fern Gully.
Which one is that?
Pretty sure that's his name.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, big pollution monster guy, voiced by Tim Curry.
And look, it's gonna be a passionate, intense, not really a very healthy relationship.
I mean, it's toxic love after all.
It's toxic love, but man, pretty hot. Scary, but kind of hot. You shouldn't do it. You're gonna do it. Next up, we got, I was cooking chicken with no pants because my pants were dirty. I accidentally dropped one on the floor and it hit my penis. I know what this is referencing, which is crazy.
It's a reference?
It's a 4chan user who fucked a raw chicken meat.
Oh, and he's using that as an excuse to ask for help.
And he was like, hey.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I understand.
He had some, infection or weirdness on his penis. And he was like, hey, could it have anything to do with the raw chicken that just so happened to touch my dick?
Oh, boy. Wow. Okay. 4chan it's a dark place. Let's not go there. Yeah, okay. Your new spouse is gonna be an infectious disease specialist. No one's just look, it sounds like you need it.
And specifically it's gonna be Fauci. And it's gonna cause a lot of problems with your conservative family. It's gonna cause a lot of issues. Next up, we got follow Anime Context on Blue Sky Week 58 of requesting code Goose. Email penetration@gmail.com to complain about.
If I get doxxed and shot, you're gonna feel so bad.
Last but not least, we have Akagi's best ship girl.
Yeah, okay. You can have Rem.
Do you mean the anime character or just me?
Just you.
Oh, okay. And along with that, you're gonna have to negotiate the right price with my girlfriend. I'm sure there is a price, but it may be high. She does love me very much, but also we are pretty broke, so you know.
I mean, I feel like it's gonna be a decently high price, plus the stipulation that a chair is in the room for her to sit on.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to reach out for a comment, question, feedback, or recommendation, you can send an email over onto animeoutofcontext@gmail.com.
Once again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. We love and appreciate you very, very much. And as always, don't fuck your sister.
Do 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 do.